Good morning, y'all. This morning I'm here in Dawson, Georgia, the birthplace of Otis Redding. Now, I knew I wanted to do a video on Dawson before I knew that it was where Otis Redding was born. I didn't learn that until I started reading about the town. He actually was born about 7 miles outside of Dawson. I always heard that he was from Macon, which is true, which is where he grew up. But he actually was born at what was locally referred to as Crawford's Mill, about 7 miles outside of town. So we're going to take a look around Dawson this morning, and y'all stick around and go with me. This is the city of Dawson, Georgia. Like I said, it's the birthplace of Otis Redding. Now, his family were sharecroppers. Moved to Macon when he was between 1 and 5 years old, from what I read. Like, we have some activity on the streets this morning. Like Dawson has street vendors and what have you set up. We're going to take a look, walk around. Quite a few murals here, look like they have a little age on them, but we'll take a look at those as well. Dawson is actually a beautiful little town. Has some amazing buildings. In my opinion, some of them have some, quite a bit to show their age, but they are immaculately preserved for their age. Just take a look at the Terrell County Courthouse, built in 1892. Now, isn't that something? That's a fantastic building, if I've ever seen one. We're talking about Otis Redding being from Dawson, Georgia, and there was something I wanted to talk about today, and that kind of gave me a good segue into it. Otis Redding is from such a small little town. Now a population around 4,200 people. His parents were sharecroppers, and sharecroppers typically are not well-to-do people. Imagine if his parents had remained sharecroppers, and that's where he grew up. Instead of moving to Macon and taking a job, his father took a job at the Robins Air Force Base. It all goes to what I wanted to talk about today, about doing the things that you want to do and actually living your life, and not letting fear control what you do or do not do. His parents took the risk of making that move, but they took that leap. They took that job, and all this precipitated us having the wonderful music of Otis Redding. We should never let fear control our lives. Fear is a necessary thing. It's what keeps the human race around. It's necessary, but fear should be used in a positive way, and it should not be control our lives.
We were doing a lot of research on African American history in Southwest Georgia. We have uncovered some fascinating stuff. Some some awesome stuff, like particularly like this particular warehouse here. It was a cotton warehouse where they would bring the wagons here in town and actually weigh cotton and stuff like that here in Dawson. A lot of these structures and buildings here, bricklayers and other stuff, were actually done by enslaved people. A whole, so that most of the farms are cleared and plantations around here and stuff were actually cleared out of that. But at the same time, even through all that, we have really endured.
Had a good conversation with him, a little bit about some history and some other things he wanted to talk about, which, you know, I think we need to be talking about in this country more. There's a nice mural to Otis Redding. You know, I probably have I've driven by this mural, I can't tell you, countless times, because I work a lot in Albany, which is 25 miles or so from here, and I don't think I've ever paid that mural any attention. It goes back to, you know, what I've said before in videos, how we're focused on where we're going and we don't veer off and we don't check things out. We don't look around. Speaking of fear and doing what you want to do in life, I think that we should do the things we want to do, because we only have one life. You only get one opportunity. You have people that are flag me down, so I got sidetracked a little bit, but what I was saying is we shouldn't let fear control our lives. We only get one chance, one life to live, and we don't want to get to the end of our life and look back and say, what if, I wish I had done this, I wish I had done that, what would have been the outcome. I'm not advocating for, you know, risking your life, but it is your life, and you only get the one opportunity. And if you don't do the things that you want to do, if you don't step out of your comfort zone, there's always going to be that what if. If you love somebody, let them know you love them. You know, what are you going to do? What's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to be rejected. If you don't let them know, if you don't let someone know how you feel, then there's a 100% chance that you're going to be rejected. And you would never have known. It's starting to rain, and I didn't bring an umbrella. Good morning, how are you? I didn't bring an umbrella. I knew it was going to rain, but I didn't bring an umbrella. Real smart. Well, someone told me that I talk too much, I ramble in my videos, and if I do, I apologize. That's just who I am. That's kind of the way I am. I take a little while to get to a point, but I do try to get there. And 1909 for this building. We just get wet today. It'll be all right. I don't think I'll melt. But if you want to travel. You know, you may say, well, I have a good job. I'm secure in my job. I'll wait and travel later because I need to work. Well, the thing is, you may have a really good job. You may feel secure in that job. But to be honest with you, there really is no security in that sort of thing. I recently heard some news. I've been in the same industry for 42 years, and I got some news that's a little alarming for me. And, you know, I don't know what may happen in the future. So, you never know 1 minute from the next. And we are not promised not one more second. That old building has seen better days. we're not promised one more second of life in this world. So if there's something you want to do, I encourage you to do it and have as few regrets as possible. When I was 42, I bought my first motorcycle and I taught myself how to ride. And I had people tell me, oh, there's no way you would catch me on a motorcycle. They're dangerous, you can get killed. Which is absolutely 100% true. But you also can get killed. I could get killed this morning crossing these streets. And I think about, had I not taken that chance, and I had always wanted to learn to ride a motorcycle. I had always wanted I loved them my whole life. But I finally decided to take that leap and do it. And some of the best memories I have are from taking trips with friends of mine, Bike Week, to the Dragon's Tail, and some of those fun times we had and the great rides and trips. And I do not regret that one bit. Was it risky? Absolutely. Was it worth it? Without a doubt. All I'm saying is, and I'm not eloquent in the way I get to a point. I'm not that good at expressing certain things, but I'm just trying to say that it's good to be happy in life and do what you want to do. Don't be controlled by fear. Look at this old house. Don't be controlled by fear, and don't not do things because you're afraid of being rejected or someone not approving, because at the end of the day, your life is your own. And that person that you were afraid and might not approve may not be here a year from now, may not be here 10 years down the road, whatever, and you didn't do what you want to do because of that particular person or what have you, and now that's all irrelevant. But I was told, like I said, I ramble and I talk too much, and I'm sure I've already talked too much, but we're going to take a look around here a little bit more. I had wanted to get some video of the actual area where Otis Redding was born, but I drove out there and there's no marker, it's nothing, it's just fields and some woods, and that's about it. So really nothing that I could film that would be of any consequence or any kind of marker indicator. Check out the old bank building, First State Bank, 1865 to 1905. But just look at these old buildings, man. I tell you, they're something else. Good morning. How y'all doing? Dawson is definitely a look back in time, look back in history at architecture and these beautiful old buildings. Church down here. There's some antebellum homes down the street. I don't like to spend a lot of time on people's homes, but these are quite amazing homes, quite beautiful. So I am going to get a video. of them. There's a church building. There's another beautiful church right down the street that I want to get a video of. Include. It's comparable to the courthouse. Isn't that a beautiful home? I don't know, that building just is something that's reminiscent. I guess the rounded part is reminiscent of a mosque to me. I don't know. Some people might not like that I said that, but that is what it makes me think of. There's another beautiful home along the street. And let's take a look at this church here. Isn't that something? That is absolutely amazing. Let's check that out. I don't know if there's a date on this church. I see the back part back there is much more modern. You can tell by the brick that that was added not too many years ago. But isn't that something? That stained glass. That is beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful. Check out this house right here. Y'all can see that. It's the Terrell County Historical Society right there. I don't think that they're open today. Old pavers in this sidewalk. I don't know how old this sidewalk is, but you can see the roots have uprooted the pavers. I would say it has been here for a very, very long time. Someone came in and patched it with typical with the normal concrete. But that's just another characteristic of this town. Makes it a bit unique. I think that's just about going to do it for today's video. I'm going to end it here. I want to thank y'all so much for coming along with me, checking out Dawson, Georgia, the birthplace of Otis Redding. An amazing little city, little town with a lot of history that I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed it, let me know in the comments. If you didn't, let me know in the comments. Just let me know if there's something, that you'd like me to do different, or some place that you would like to see. I'd be glad to do the best I can to do that. And if you think I talk too much, as I was told by someone, I won't say who, my wife, but if you think I talk too much, let me know that too. If I do, I apologize, but I can't help it. It's just my nature. Well, until next time, I'm Red. As always, keep exploring and enjoy life and do the things that you want to do in life and be happy. Until next time, thanks a lot.